over the line, you show me the way. One step forward to make it through the day. Give me a reason, and you give me a sign. A way to move a little closer to mine.
Hello there. Well, I'm in the fair city of Perth, and today we're going for just a short donder out of the city to find a location where the ones made scones. It's apparently where scones were invented, in fact. So we'll do that. We've got a reasonable day today. I really don't know what's going on with the weather. The weather's just been dire recently. This is the kind of, once again, one good day amidst a whole load of really wet stuff. We've got a wee bit of wind, right enough, but on the whole it's dry. And as I came on the train from Glasgow, every river that I saw was almost overflowing into adjacent fields. And even in the fields themselves, there's a lot of damp, wet patches with small lakes developing. The ground is saturated and farmers must really be struggling just now. I think it's important that we support our farmers. We have to be self-sufficient in food, because God only knows what's going to be happening in the next couple of years with regard to conflicts around the world. We have to be self-sufficient in food and power, in fact. But that's another story. The birthplace of the scone. Let's go. Well, here we are in the grounds of Scone Palace. We're back in 1423, scones were invented. And I'm looking forward to visiting the grounds. There is an admission fee for the palace and the grounds surrounding the palace. You can visit either the palace or the grounds, or both. Tickets will cover all of these variations. It's only, from the old bridge in Perth, it's only about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles, but it was quite a tedious little walk along a busy road. And you know, I got up very early this morning, 4:30, back to 5, and I find when I got up that early I get a little bit irritable, especially with cars and the kind of noise of them. It just irritates me. I find myself glowering at the cars and drivers. How dare you make such a noise, you bounder. There's one coming now, look. The back of my throat and my nose is burning with tree pollen. When I'm in here I may kick a few trees just to get some revenge. Anyway, let's go where scones were invented. Why? That's all I'm asking. Why are you doing this to me? We need to build a wall between you and me. A wall as high as the sky.
Forever's a long time to say goodbye. I'll never see your face or the moonlight in your eye. To never hold your hand in the light, or pass an evening in the coldest, darkest night. We built a wall that was higher than the sky. Always on my mind the way we said goodbye. There's walls too high to scale, smooth not rough. Even the tallest ladder'd find it way too tough. I hear you talking and many dreams. You smile, we laugh together, so it seems. We built a wall that was higher than the sky. Always on my mind the way we said goodbye.
And I think it's a really bizarre name for a king in 843, Kenneth MacAlpin. Sounds like the butcher down the corner. So on this side of Scotland, on the east side of Scotland, up to Aberdeenshire, Picts lived. This side was Pictaria, was the capital. And on the west side of Scotland, Scots lived. And the Scots had come over from Ireland. And they'd come over from Ireland in the 6th century. And
Well, this is the Stone of Scone, where scones were invented. It's just good to see it here in real life. From what I understand, they would gather some twigs from surrounding trees, create a little bonfire to heat up the stone so that it was hot enough to cook the flour and water mixture that made the scones. And of course the area around Perth, Blairgowrie and places like that are famed for their fruit. And with fruit you could make jam, which could be added to the scones. And that's why this area is pretty much the scone capital of Scotland. What a lovely day. There's birds twittering and all sorts of stuff going on. Just in case anyone that still thinks I'm telling the truth here, I think I should probably say that that was the Stone of Scone, otherwise known as the Stone of Destiny. It's got nothing to do with baked goods, nothing to do with scones. I think the village and the palace here, spelling wise, it looks like Scone, but I think it's pronounced Scone, which is very different to a scone. Yeah, and the stone, I mean, that was a replica there, but the stone has been the crowning place of Scotland's kings from the 9th to the 13th century. They would all have been crowned there in a ceremony at the real stone at that location, Moot Hill. And the stones past before the 9th century is sort of uncertain. There's lots of theories as to where it came from. I'll not go into them, it's all very complicated. I think the Holy Land might come into it at some point, and Jacob as well. But after the 13th century, it was stolen or taken by an English king. He thought he would rule over Scotland as well. He wanted that stone for himself, and he took it down to Westminster, where it lay for many hundreds of years. But then, I think it was in the 1950s, I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, it was stolen from Westminster Abbey and brought back up to Scotland. And at that stage, a number of copies were made of the stone. And even today, it is uncertain which of the many copies is the real stone. Of course, the Stone of Destiny has now been moved from Edinburgh Castle to Perth's new museum. Not entirely sure why they moved their museum from the old building, which was just a lovely building, which is, you can still see it in the city today. And I suppose that's a nice old building as well. I won't be allowed to film inside I'm sure there's a lot of security surrounding the Stone of Destiny. But if you go onto their website, I think you can sort of book a time slot to view it, and perhaps even take a chance and turn up in the off chance that you'll get in at a vacant moment. And of course the big question is it the Stone of Destiny? Or is it maybe just some stone that way in the past they made their scones on? I'm Eddie Burns, bye for now. Of course, here in Glasgow and Arlington Bar and Woodlands Road, we're also quite keen on making scones.
wall that was higher than the sky, always on my mind, the way we said goodbye.